went well.
Tensions in the Caribbean have reached a boiling point. This weekend, a top U.S. senator revealed that Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro was offered a controversial exit, leave the country for Russia or another destination, sparking alarm across Latin America. We gave Maduro an opportunity to leave. We're not putting troops in Venezuela, we are protecting our own shores. That declaration comes amid a swift U.S. escalation. The president has ordered Venezuela's airspace, above and surrounding the country, to be considered closed in its entirety, warning airlines, traffickers, and human smugglers to stay away. Venezuela condemned the move as a colonial threat, calling the action illegal and a violation of its sovereignty. Meanwhile, U.S. military operations are intensifying. Since September, the U.S. has launched dozens of strikes on vessels in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific, part of a new campaign named Operation Southern Spear, targeting purported drug smuggling networks allegedly linked to Venezuela. At least 80 people have been killed in 20 confirmed strikes so far. But questions are mounting. Rights groups and some international observers warn these deadly operations could amount to extrajudicial killings or worse. Some former U.S. officials now call the strikes a dangerous precedent and fear that the pressure campaign may not stop at maritime interdictions.
Mr. President, on Venezuela, can you tell us more about why the airspace above Venezuela should be considered closed?
Because we consider Venezuela to be not a very friendly country. They sent millions of people, really, and probably a number in excess of that. And a lot of those people shouldn't be in our country, from jails, from gangs, drug dealers, all of the people that came into our country shouldn't have been in our country, causing a lot of problems.
Does your warning,
and drugs.
Does your warning mean that an airstrike is imminent, or should we not read it that way?
Don't read anything into it.
The New York Times reported that you had a phone call with Maduro. Did you?
I don't want to comment on it. The answer is yes.
And can you tell us a little bit
No,
about
I can't do that.
Mr. President,
Would you say it went well?
I would say it went well or badly.
you think so?
Can you talk a little bit about the strikes and the controversy around Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth?
I don't know anything about it. He said he did not say that, and I believe it.
So you don't know if there was
You're talking about the two men?
the second strike to kill the two men?
No, he said he didn't do it. He said he never said
Would you be okay with that if he did?
it. He said he didn't do it, so I don't have to make that decision.
Amid all this, a direct message to Maduro: leave or face mounting pressure. Some analysts say it's a chess move designed to force regime collapse. Others warn it skirts dangerously close to open intervention. What happens next could reshape the fate of Venezuela and change U.S. foreign policy in Latin America forever.
Because we consider Venezuela to be not a very friendly country. They sent millions of people, really, and probably a number in excess of that. And a lot of those people shouldn't be in our country, from jails, from gangs, from drug dealers, from all of the people that came into our country shouldn't have been in our country, causing a lot of problems.
Does your warning...
And drugs.
As tensions flared within the South American nation, Venezuela, and the United States, President Donald Trump gave an ultimatum to Maduro. He reportedly delivered an urgent and uncompromising demand to the Venezuelan president, asking Maduro to abandon his post immediately or face severe consequences. According to Miami Herald, the message was relayed during a direct phone call where Washington laid out a stark exit plan. Maduro, his wife Celia Flores, and their son would be guaranteed safe passage out of Venezuela, but only if he agreed to resign on the spot. U.S. officials cited by the outlet said the conversation quickly stalled, triggering a sharp escalation from Washington within hours. Sources familiar with the call told the Herald that Maduro sought sweeping amnesty for himself and senior members of his inner circle, a request the United States rejected outright. He also reportedly demanded continued authority over Venezuelan armed forces, invoking the 1991 transition model in Nicaragua under Violeta Chamorro. That condition was also dismissed by the U.S., and insisted that any deal required Maduro's immediate departure. Caracas refused, and the talks abruptly collapsed. Attempts by the Maduro government to schedule another discussion with the U.S. went unanswered, according to the Herald. Few days earlier, Trump declared on social media that Venezuelan airspace would be considered closed in its entirety, a move that fueled speculation about the imminent military action. Vanessa Newman, a former Venezuelan diplomat, told Fox News Digital that the closure of airspace should be interpreted as a precursor to potential military operations. She warned that U.S. intelligence agencies have spent years mapping command and control sites linked to Maduro's regime, and described the situation as a capture-or-kill scenario. Newman added that Venezuela's military, weakened by corruption, sanctions, and decades of neglect, lacks both modern equipment and foreign backing. Earlier, the U.S. formally designated the Cartel de los Soles, a group allegedly tied to senior Venezuelan officials, as a foreign terrorist organization, and intensified operations targeting drug smuggling routes. The New York Times reported that Trump and Maduro had explored the parameters of a possible surrender earlier in November, even as the U.S. continued to offer amnesty to several top regime members. But with Maduro rejecting key terms and Trump refusing to concede on timing, the standoff hardened. Trump later downplayed speculation of an immediate strike, but tension across the region surged as fears of a broader confrontation grew.